One of them said, you know, there are dozens of little theater groups all around the country, but this is certainly going to be a very little one.
And that, ladies and gents, is how the Very Little Theater got its name in 1929. In the midst of the Great Depression, it's a startup date that emblemizes the VLT's success and hardy survival of 82 years.
There were school teachers and homemakers and doctors and lawyers. We even had the U of O football coach and his wife were active members back in the 30s. So it really was a true community theater from the very beginning.
A community theater that took a little moving around to get comfortable.
Oh, give me land, lots of land under starry
The first year or
skies
so, we were in
above.
actually a movie theater in downtown Eugene. The next spot was a renovated drugstore called the Pillbox. A few years later, we went to the Lane County Fairgrounds and had an old building there that we called the Barn. We renovated that and fixed it up, and for about 15 years, that was a really successful home.
By 1950, members had raised enough money to build here on 24th and Hilliard. The Very Little Theater had finally found a home of its own.
Send me off.
It's been here a long time, and it's a real landmark. I would hate to see it move to another location.
These people say, don't change a thing. It's perfect the way it is. They love the friendly, warm ambiance of the auditorium itself, the quality of the plays, and the friendliness of the people.
Like many volunteers who get inevitably hooked, Scott Barkhurst has been a member of the VLT for over 35 years.
And I was so impressed with the people here. It was not just what we think of as theater people. These were people from all walks of life, all professions, who just had one common love of theater. Once, about 25 years ago, we were doing a comedy here, and it was one of those shows where the laughter just never really stopped. And I listened backstage and I said, isn't this wonderful to be able to help entertain and make people laugh? It's a really good feeling.
In its 8 decades, the VLT became a success story, operationally, financially, and spiritually. The VLT embodies what Scott Barkhurst would call a real can-do spirit.
We know we're doing something right because we have 1,300 season ticket holders, and that's pretty darn good for an all-volunteer community theater.
A very little theater that has become very long-lasting. As mentioned, the VLT operates solely on a volunteer basis. So if you'd like to get involved with anything from costuming, lighting, or even acting, visit thevlt.com for upcoming auditions. In Eugene, Kelsey Card, 432 News.